let a couple more people jump on. My name is Jeremy McGilvrey. I am the founder of the personal development website, thesecrettosuccess.com. You can find all kinds of personal development videos, blogs on success, and if you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and check the site out when you get done. There's a place you can subscribe to my blog. I've got 5 incredible articles I'm going to be releasing tomorrow. I think that email is going to go out around 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. And it's just 5 high-quality content articles that I read last week that I thought would deliver a lot of value to you. So again, my name is Jeremy McGilvrey. I own the personal development website, thesecrettosuccess.com. I launched about 6 months ago, almost 6 months ago to the day, one of the fastest growing meetups in the entire planet right now, which the meetup is based around the mastermind principle, the mastermind concept, and I'll probably be doing more broadcast and periscopes. I think we just call them scopes, more scopes on this mastermind concept, because Napoleon Hill, father of the game-changing book Think and Grow Rich, is the one who said you can accomplish more in 1 year by being involved in the mastermind than you could a lifetime not being involved in a mastermind. And I'm absolutely living proof of that. I believe wholeheartedly in the mastermind concept. See a few more people jumping on. Again, my name is Jeremy McGilvrey. I have the personal development website, thesecrettosuccess.com. Third time I've said that. Sorry for the people that have been on already. The San Antonio Mastermind is a meetup that I launched 6 months ago that's gained a ton of traction. And also my primary job, what earns and pays the mortgage, is I'm a business coach. I sit down with business owners and I help them get real clear about what they're trying to accomplish, exactly where they're going, and then I help them map out a plan to get there. And this is usually a pretty detailed plan. We're going to talk about that a little bit in this goal setting scope. Let me jump right into it now. It looks like there's enough people on here that I can get going. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate that. That's like I've learned about this Periscope. Hearts are the currency of this. Anyhow, let me jump into the first tip I want to give you when it comes to goal setting. The very first tip I want to tell you of goal setting, and this is all information I wish I would have had back when I was younger. And famous last words, if we only knew now what we knew back then. Might have said that backwards. Anyhow, the first tip when it comes to goal setting is set big goals. I see a lot of people out that set lousy, or I call them uninspiring goals. If your goals don't inspire you, why are you going to get up out of bed and really give it your best and give it your all? On your lunch break, because I know a lot of people out there, they have these 9-to-5 jobs, or they have what they have to do to earn a living, but they have a passion. They have something that they want to be doing with their life. That way they can get to go to work instead of have to go to work. If that's you, this broadcast is for you. And if you have friends like that, if you can swipe to the left to right and hit share, I'll also be sending out a PDF to everybody that shares this broadcast that helps you map out a plan for your goals. Anyhow, that first goal that I want people to set is it's something that's going to inspire you. It's a big goal. I hear people say sometimes that they have a goal to pay their bills, make sure their bills are all paid at the end of the month. Well, how inspiring is a goal to pay your bills? It's not very inspiring at all. And I don't think that we're going to put too much effort into that. If you have a large goal, and here's one of the keys to goal setting as well, and this is really just, I just want to talk to you guys. All too often I pontificate and I really just try to drive home my points, but I want this to be a conversation, and I'll open up for some questions as soon as I finish up these 3 goal setting tips. But your goals need to inspire you, and they need to be something that you can gravitate towards. Who is inspired about paying their bills at the end of the month? People are inspired about earning large incomes. People are inspired about living large lives. But this goes back to the adage, say your goal is you want to earn $1 million. Jim Rohn's the one who taught us when it comes to goal setting, once you hit the mark and you earn the $1 million, that was just a bonus. That really wasn't the plan of goals. That was more to the point, look at the person that you had to become to earn that $1 million. Look at how disciplined you had to be to earn an income like that. Look at how much planning and how organized you had to be to earn an income like that. So when you set these big goals, the whole point is to make you develop your skills, develop your talents, and find the resources, find the people that are going to help you achieve these goals. So tip number 1 is set a big goal that's going to inspire you. Something that's going to make you jump out of bed in the morning and say, I get to go do this again. Something that's going to keep you up at night times and have you thinking about, what can I do to get closer to achieving this goal? And I promise you, it'll change your whole life. Set big goals. Don't set mediocre goals. My next one is plan small. I didn't say play small. Plan small. And when it comes to planning, I'm going to show you something. Actually, I'm going to show it to you right now. I use this tool called MindMeister. It's right here behind me on this television. And all MindMeister really is it's a way to map out exactly what your plan is. I think a lot of people, they spend major time on minor things. And they're doing that because they really don't have a good direction that they're going in life. And you can be overwhelmed by your goals. They can look complex and overwhelming and daunting, but they don't have to be if you really dial in a good plan. And mindmeister.com gives you 3 free plans. This is a free resource that allows you to get your ideas and outline the steps it's going to take you to live the life that you want to live and you deserve to be living. So many times, people don't even come close to living to their potential. And they don't do this because they're not constantly in the pursuit of growth. While you're growing, while you're aspiring to reach your goals, a lot of great things are going to happen in your life. You're going to gravitate to the right people. Hopefully you're going to let go of the wrong people. Something I learned from a recent Trent Shelton event. He talked about the real strength in life isn't when you hold on to something. The real strength in life is when you let go. There's a lot of things that you've got to let go of if you're going to live the life that you want to live. So plan small. Try to be very minute and detailed about what's the first step. Because again, goals can be daunting. But if you go to mindmeister.com and you lay out an outline, you lay out a plan for your goals, that breaks it down to bite-sized pieces. And again, something from, I think it's Les Brown. He says, by the yard it's hard, but by the inch it's a cinch. That might be one of my favorite quotes. And I love it because it's absolutely spot on. If we look at how far we have to go, we might throw our hands up and quit. However, if we break it down into daily tasks, and eventually we'll look back and we'll wonder, how did we make it so far so fast? So tip number 2 is break your goals, your activities that it's going to take you to reach your goals, into manageable tasks. And do it in mindmeister.com. Next, the tip number 3 is time block. You've got to set some time to work on these tasks. So you're going to set this big goal, something that's going to inspire you, something that you've always wanted. Maybe it's a book you wanted to write. Maybe it's a business you wanted to launch. Maybe it's a relationship you've always pursued. So get a big goal, something that's going to make you jump up out of bed. Next, go to mindmeister.com and start mapping out a plan. Man, I wish somebody would have told me this stuff 20 years ago. But map out your plan, and then once you map it out in mindmeister.com, I want you to favorite it on your computer. Save it to your favorites. So that way, anytime that you find yourself idle or you don't know exactly what you need to be working on, you can bring that MindMeister up and it'll show you, okay, here's this task. Here's exactly what I need to be doing right now. Because a lot of us get addicted to distractions. And it makes our willpower weak. A side note, every time we get addicted, one of the researchers at Michigan found it takes us between 13 and 19 minutes to get back on track when it comes to our distractions. So 6 distractions in a day, that could be hours lost every single day, and a lot more than that lost every single week. And the last one was, when I talk about time blocking, there's another resource I want to give you besides mindmeister.com. And that is Passion Planner. You can go to passionplanner.com and find a way that you can really time block and manage your time. I think I said it a minute ago. A lot of people fail in life because they spend major time on minor things. When you can look at what your time is being accounted for, when you can look at exactly what activities that you're doing, that way it's almost like a journal. Well, I spent 2.5 hours on this activity last week and it didn't get me anywhere. You've got to spend major time on minor things. I'm constantly trying to teach that to the people I get a chance to work with. Make sure that you're spending major time on the most critical activities. Checking Facebook to see who's liking your post is not that important. Checking emails whenever an email comes in is not that important. As to his text messages, you're never going to get anywhere that way. Let me close with just kind of my philosophy on goal setting. When your goals are clear, your priorities will be clear. And making sure that we're spending our time on our priorities, on what's going to have the biggest impact on our economic and our fulfillment lives, is a very important thing in life. So make absolute sure that when your goals get clear, your priorities are spot on there too. And then I like to tell people, your goals dictate a lot of the things that you do in life. Your goals dictate the way you dress. Your goals dictate the type of friends you have. And your goals dictate how you spend your time. If you have big goals, something out there that's massive that you want to achieve, you're not going to have time to worry about fantasy football. That's not going to be something really, I'm not getting a lot of hearts I see for not worrying about fantasy football. But fantasy football is not something that's going to get you to where you're trying to go. These pipe dreams, I call people that win $40,000 a week on fantasy football. If that's your retirement plan, if that's what you're relying your economic security on, you're in big trouble. So make sure that when your goals get clear, you're spending major time on major things. Sorry about that. Make sure that your goals are huge. The bigger the goal, the bigger the ambition level you're going to have to achieve that goal. You see, when you have small goals, you apply small effort. But when you have big goals, you apply monstrous effort. I have massive goals. My goals are huge. That's why it's Sunday and I'm here at the office plotting and planning the strategies I have for 2016. I always like to lay out 2016 the first 2 weeks of October. Let me ask, have any of you watching, go ahead, you don't have to really comment, but have any of you watching spent 2 weeks on planning your year? I mean, 2 solid work weeks. A lot of times, people out there are so busy trying to make ends meet at the end of the month. People are so busy just living, they're not planning. And the cliche, fail to plan is a plan to fail. Everybody knows that. But everybody also knows that if you eat less and you exercise, you'll lose weight. These success tips that people get are not secrets. Again, I own the domain, thesecrettosuccess.com. And one of the things that I do is really try to break down tasks as simple as possible to help people get to where they're trying to go. Another Jim Rohn quote that I absolutely love: what's easy to do is easy not to do. It's easy not to write your goals down. But study after study after study, statistics, probabilities have shown us that when you commit your goals to paper, something magic happens in our neurotransmitters in our brain. And these neurotransmitters go to work on our subconscious, and while we're sleeping, while we're not paying attention to something that we might, our inner world is aligning our outer world. I like to use this example, and it's well worn. Everybody's seen it, everybody's heard of it. When you go buy a car, you start seeing that car all over the road. Or another example, one of my clients in Houston recently is a new father. And he says, every time, Jeremy, I go to the park, I go to the mall, I see baby strollers everywhere. And I said, you know, Jim, those baby strollers aren't brand new. Those didn't just show up. They've been there all along. But now you have your own child. Now you're a father. Now that you have a baby stroller, it allows you to see things that have always been right in front of you. And that's one of the most important points of figuring out, what do you want in life? Get crystal clear about where you're trying to go. I think there's a lot of people, if I were to ask them, what's your meticulous plan for 2016, they'd think I was crazy. I plan everything. I hope you do too. And let me close with just a couple quick things. One is, your why is a key role to your plans, because our willpower will grow weak. Our willpower will diminish, but our why power, that never diminishes. Why do you want to achieve what you're trying to achieve? Why are you trying to do the impossible, is what maybe your friends and family think. So that's crazy. It's not. So make sure your why is so strong that when you sit there and you really think about why you're doing what you're doing, that why should bring tears to your eyes. The why should make you cry. You should want it that bad. And the most important thing people need to achieve goals is reasons. When you have the right reasons, you'll have the right efforts and the right, I guess, strength and back to willpower again to achieve your goals. You've got to have the right reasons. What if you had to lose weight? What if you had to make $10,000 this week? What if you had to live the life of your dreams? It's funny how when you have to do something, you do it. So commit your goals to paper. Write them down. Make sure these goals are big. Make sure they're massive. Make sure they're inspiring. Go to mindmeister.com. Map out a plan for these goals. A very meticulous plan so you always know what you're going to be doing. And then time block. Set some time to work on your dreams. Don't be addicted to distractions. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll open it up now to some questions. I see quite a few people on here have jumped on. What questions do you have when it comes down to your goals? What's keeping you from achieving your dreams?